Hey everyone, so the so-called black markets in North Korea, where people illegally buy, sell, and trade goods and services that are not sanctioned by the state, these markets will soon be the death of the Kim Jong-un regime. In a wonderful twist of irony, it is the totalitarian control of the economy within North Korea that has morphed the general attitude of North Koreans towards their government. And what is the sentiment in North Korea among many of its citizens? It's one of hate, distrust, and contempt, as the North Korean regime is both incapable and unwilling to provide even basic rice to its citizens. North Koreans have to figure out a way to feed themselves as the state apparatus becomes more and more useless to them. As the state continues to attempt pumping people full of nationalistic propaganda, and at the same time the state is incapable of feeding the people or providing a life fit for even cattle, the divide between the people and the North Korean government expands continuously. This cannot last. So Roger Baker, who is the lead analyst of the Asia-Pacific region for Stratfor, a geopolitical consulting firm, he has said that, quote, a lot of the West's visions of North Korea is from defector testimony, which is going to have a political bent. Okay, that is a fair point. However, why would these defectors risk life and limb for a simple political bent? I would imagine that any human being who goes through the risky nightmare of doing something like defecting from North Korea, they have probably experienced unspeakably horrific things. I think this goes much further than a political bend. Also, Roger Baker says that North Korea's government might be stronger than defectors are willing to admit. Well, recently we saw a military member defect across the DMZ line into South Korea, where he was shot by a North Korean soldier. Now, if you're a military member in North Korea and you're stationed at the DMZ, that means you're probably one of the more trusted, possibly connected members of the military. So we have a trusted, possibly connected North Korean military member jumping the border, risking and taking a bullet for this. This does not seem like a regime that has its ship in order. It doesn't seem like a government whose military really cares for it. It's a place where even those in military outfits are pushing that eject button to get the hell out. So Baker also said that dropping outside media into the country, quote, overestimates the draw of material good over nationalism and national identity, end quote. Well, I don't deny that North Koreans are brainwashed, and I would have agreed with this certainly when Kim Il-sung or Kim Jong-il were in charge. Those were leaders who were obviously despicable, but the people did have a bit more trust in them compared to what they have now, Kim Jong-un, who by all accounts is viewed as unfit to lead. The North Korean people hate Kim Jong-un. He is not respected by the people, or the military for that matter, and you can see this in his bravado. He brazenly tries to throw temper tantrums and threats around, and there's very good reason to believe that this is because he realizes that his grip on the leadership is slipping, and the people are, oddly enough, not sincere with their forced loyalty. This at the very least shows that the North Korean people are not so dug into nationalism that they'll take patriotism over a better, prosperous life. Due to the large influx of outside media into North Korea, the North Korean people have begun to realize that they've been lied to and taken advantage of. I don't think their national identity will convince them that they should remain in the gutter forever. Anyway, thanks, and that's all.